know Yusuf
Yeah.
as a young man that time. Today I'm 64, and he inspired me no end in my sports and in making me a better individual. I treated him, I regarded him as an elder brother, and we all have to go, unfortunately, and grief cannot be expressed. One can but only cherish memories which are tremendous, which are immense. May God bless him and give him a heavenly abode. Amen. Thank you.
I have to go back many years. Way back in 1963, when I first met him. And I have known him since then. A great guy, a great sportsman. We played tennis. He was always the winner. I was always the loser. But he never showed it. There is so much one can say about him. But I don't think this is the right time. I hope that the family will bear the loss. How shall I put it? Reasonably. And I do hope that we will remember him for a long time to come. Thank you.
Okay.
Right? We are very, very good friends, old friends, enemy on the field, but we remain friends till we are become old and we miss Yusuf Bhai very. Thank you very much.
In addition to being a sports icon that brought fame, glory, and pride, not only to his family, but to the community at large, for which we shall always remain grateful. He was a gem of a person too. May God rest his soul in eternal peace. Amen.
Yusuf Karim was my closest friend. Many people won't realize, but we were neighbors, next door neighbors at Old Town. And since our childhood, our friendship increased on cricket ground. He was a great sportsman and a great man, really great man. And I know him very closely than most of the cricketers. Thank you very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Gentlemen, good evening. We are gathered here today to pay tribute to the life of Yusuf Karim, who has been an inspiration to many over the years. Before we go on, I would like to introduce the people on the main table. The far left is Umesh Chudasama, who is the current chairman of Mombasa Tennis Club. Next to him, I don't even know how to introduce him because he was very, very close to my father for well over 50 years. And I think it's a rarity in this day and age for friendship to be selfless with no ulterior motives. Mr. Jafar Nur Mohammed. Next to him is my elder brother, who you will have an opportunity to hear. He is one of the speakers, who lives in Kampala. Next to him is our uncle and the youngest brother in the Karim family, my dad's younger brother, who has shared a lot with him on the tennis court and off the tennis court and many other issues. And next to him is my youngest brother, Altaf Karim, who now lives in Orlando, Florida. We'll start with a short prayer, and I'll request my uncle Darley to come and do the prayer. You can please be standing.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the people that we had trouble to get up. We have a cosmopolitan crowd here today, and I think it will only be fit if we can still be standing for those who can stand and give a 1 minute silence and we do our own special prayer in our own way and remember the late Master. 1 minute, sir. To get us started on the speeches, I will first request one of my dad's good friend over the years, who has been the chairman of Mombasa Tennis Club in the 70s. They had a very close association as tennis players, as friends, Mr. Karim.
We have gathered here together this evening to pay our homage and tribute to our very dear friend who has left us. Yusuf Karim was known to all of us as a great tennis player. He has been a great tennis player and he has kept his name high above the list for over a quarter of a century. And he was also a cause of pride to the people here at the coast. And you also know that he also played cricket for some time. And in that game also he excelled, but I think his passion was more in tennis, and that's why he continued in tennis. But I'm sure, had he also indulged in golf, perhaps he would have shamed most of the top golf players in Kenya. Because I think Yusuf had inborn gene for great sportsmanship. And that gene seems to have gone into his family. You know, Arif, Asif, and Altaf, all of them have shown some tremendous capabilities in sports. They are not only at the national level, but also at the international level. I remember sometimes when I used to go and see my friend at the shop, although he could not speak well, but he would be so anxious to show me some clippings here and there, and it would be either for Arif or Asif, what they have done. And he used to take so much joy and pride. And quite right, because I think he had brought up his children so well that I think perhaps he must be looking at us with certain amount of happiness. I also remember even during the tennis sessions here, when these boys were still very young, every time after the evening play, he would go, and I would say, "Where are you going, Yusuf?" He says, "I'm taking my kids for a diniyat class, a religious class." And that also he used to do that so well. So he trained his children in religion. He trained his children in education, and you can see that all of them are now very successful businessmen. One is in Nairobi, Kampala, Orlando. So I think they all have done extremely well. We all know that in this world, we are not here to stay forever. Time comes when one has to go. And that time, I think, is ordained. No 1 minute or 1 second less or 1 second more. Some people live 10 years, 50 years, 75 years. My friend lived almost 75 years because we are of the same age. And when the time came, he had to go. And now that he has gone, he has left a legacy that we all remember. I think Mombasa has every reason to be proud of this man because nobody that I know in sporting field has left such a lasting impression. I think I hope if the mayor was here, I would ask him to recognize this contribution by this great man in one form or the other. I have to say this, that may God rest his soul in peace, and I would say in Jannatul Firdaus, let God give him the choicest place to live. And I also say to the children, to the family,